The Weather Xtreme video. This is the afternoon edition for Wednesday, March 30th. I'm James Spann. The dual threat of flooding and severe storms tomorrow night, into part of the day Friday, very early Friday morning, and then some cold nights for the weekend. A lot of things to talk about, so let's dive in with both feet. Water vapor satellite view, big trough in the western states. Always trouble when you see that in March and April. Big storms forming out ahead of that. That was the Shreveport radar at 2:30. You can see those big clusters of storms over East Texas and the Arklatex, and we'll see those increasing tonight. Temperature is pretty warm, upper 70s in spots. Birmingham 78. As expected, we're mostly dry. We're in good shape now. But storms will likely creep in here after midnight tonight toward the pre-dawn hours tomorrow. Around the nation, very cold back underneath the upper trough. Snow falling in parts of Wyoming and Colorado with 30s there. And again, we'll see those colder nights this weekend. There's the watch warning map. There's a severe thunderstorm watch from parts of North Texas up into Kansas. Winter storm warnings for parts of Wyoming. And again, here in the southern states, we have flash flood watches in effect. And at the time I did the video, there was a donut right on top of north central Alabama. Birmingham was the last office to do it, but they just issued one as I'm recording this. So that donut has been filled in. Basically all of Alabama, Mississippi, parts of Georgia under a flash flood watch for tomorrow night and early Friday. Severe weather possibilities for the rest of today and tonight. A risk of severe weather from the western Gulf Coast up into the Midwest. An enhanced risk, including Dallas-Fort Worth, Shreveport, El Dorado, Arkansas, and Vicksburg, Mississippi. No part of Alabama involved in that. And then tomorrow, a risk of severe storms. From the Gulf Coast up to the Great Lakes, there is an enhanced risk that kind of noses into West Alabama, and in that enhanced risk, you can see those higher 30% probabilities. And possibly some significant severe weather in that cross-hatched area. This is the close-up look at our state for tomorrow and tomorrow night. Keep in mind, this runs through 7 a.m. Friday. There is an enhanced risk, basically west of a line from near the Shoals, down to about Elrod and Buell, just west of Tuscaloosa, then down into Washington County. Most of the state is under the standard slight risk. And then Friday, day 3, we have the standard slight risk for severe weather south of a line from near Demopolis to Calera to Wedowee. And the main chance of severe weather by Friday afternoon shifting down into South Alabama. And rain, you bet. This is the expected rain for the next 5 days, and of course the bulk of this will be coming tomorrow and Friday. Amounts possibly hitting 4 inches in parts of northwest Alabama, and that's the reason for all the flash flood watches. So let's take a look. This is the GFS, the 12Z run, valid tomorrow at noon. You can see the troughing, good dynamic support. We'll check the high-resolution HRRR. This runs out 15 hours, and this is the last panel we have there. This is valid at 4 o'clock in the morning. So more than likely what happens, a big batch of storms will creep in here after midnight, well after midnight, toward 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. And the storm should be weakening. More than likely they will not be severe, just a lot of rain. And the main threat with this will be torrential rain and some flooding. This is the synoptic look at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Surface low near Chicago. We're obviously in the warm sector with the front still back over western Arkansas and northeastern Texas. At midday, there could be a lull, and we think that will be the case. You can see that things are relatively quiet. So after a big batch of morning storms, we could catch a break during the middle of the day. And again, if the sun breaks out, we could be pushing up toward 80 in spots. And then more storms develop and arrive tomorrow night. In fact, this is 4 a.m. Friday. The models continue to trend slower, showing strong storms blowing through here. So it looks like this threat will extend well into the night tomorrow night into early Friday morning. We'll check some of the severe weather parameters. This is the low-level jet at 1 a.m. Friday, just after midnight tomorrow night. The low-level jet strengthens again. It weakens during the day and strengthens tomorrow night. That's over 60 knots in spots over North Alabama. Instability values are certainly robust. And again, this will be somewhat conditional based on the sun coming out and things tomorrow, but it certainly looks like the instabilities could exceed at least 1,500 joules tomorrow night. And again, this is 1 a.m. They'll probably be higher than that late tomorrow afternoon. Storm relative helicity values have really come up, and this is 0 to 1 kilometer over North Alabama. And that certainly suggests potential for tornadoes. And this is the significant tornado parameter. And again, this is 1 a.m. Friday. And those numbers are peaking at 4.5 units over northwest Alabama. So, and again, the timing is going to be a challenge here. We've opened up a 12-hour window now. We got 4 p.m. tomorrow to 4 a.m. Friday. But it could very well be we can narrow that down later tonight or tomorrow morning to primarily focus on late tomorrow night. But again, based on the projected instability tomorrow afternoon, out of respect to that, we'll open up the window at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and extend it for 12 hours. And it might go a little past 4 a.m. for some locations as well. And again, all modes of severe weather possible: large hail, damaging wind, possibly a few tornadoes. And since this looks like it will be a late night event, be sure you can hear the warnings. And if you watch these videos, we know you can, but be sure your neighbor can. And then by Friday, the prime risk is shifting down into the southern half of the state. North Alabama, at that point, will probably see some lingering clouds, maybe some sun by mid to late afternoon. And again, the cool air is not going to get in here Friday. We'll be still in the 70s. And then this is Saturday. Should be a sunny day and a cooler day with highs back in the 60s. Saturday morning will be in the 40s. There's no chance of frost. But Sunday morning will be pretty cold. The day Sunday will be sunny. And again, we'll be in the 60s. Here's a look at the lows coming off the GFS. You can see upper 30s to near 40. The colder pockets could see some frost. It shouldn't be especially widespread. But again, you growers, if you're in a valley or a low spot, you know the situation. So just beware of the potential for a little scattered light frost in spots early Sunday. But again, the weekend will be bright and sunny. Monday of next week, we stay dry with low 70s. A little reinforcing surge of cooler air drops in Tuesday. That's a 1036 high north of Detroit. So the high Tuesday will drop back in the 60s. And then Wednesday, you can see ridging trying to build in. The sky will stay mostly sunny. And this is the end of the forecast period, Saturday, April 9th, troughing in the western states. And again, we're still dry, so it looks like most all of next week will be rain-free. Quick peek at the anomalies. This is April 7th through April 13th. Temperatures here should be pretty close to average. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.